Hello, good evening everyone. I am Oigile Francoise Neypes of grade 11 St. Philip UC. I am going to talk about school year terms and blended sessions. We sense that normal isn't coming back, that we are born into a new normal, a new kind of society, a new relationship to the earth, a new experience of being human. These are lines of Charles Eisenstein. Before the onset of the coronavirus disease 2019, we predict what we say with the 21st century. We used to say or write 21st century teaching, 21st century learning, 21st century knowledge and skills, defining this as a 21st century competencies: critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. However, with the coronavirus pandemic, we have a new catchword: the new normal. The Oxford Dictionary defines catchword as a briefly popular or fashionable word used to encapsulate a particular concept. So, what is the concept of embracing the new normal? The American Dictionary defines a new normal as a previously unfamiliar or atypical situation that has become standard, usual, or expected. So what was previously unfamiliar that has this time become standard, usual, or expected? What has become normal? The lockdowns, quarantines, masks, washing hands, taking vitamins and nutrient-rich food to nurture health, covering a coughing mouth and sneezing nose, physical distancing, and the omnipresent support of technology are a must to continue for a lifetime. These are more composed the new normal. Before COVID-19, Industry number 4 of Agenda 2030, robotics was already a popular focus, much more at this time where robots execute routine jobs. Nowadays, robots serve in healthcare, social work, business and trade, food, and other aspects of human activity. Various organizations are resorting to virtual private networks and voice-over protocols, especially that meetings, negotiations, consultations are mostly virtual. As Dr. Henry Chan wrote on the 10th day of May of the year 2020 in Manila Times, telecommuting represents a new paradigm in office work. If remote work becomes more common after the COVID-19 pandemic, employers may decide to reduce lease costs and hire people from all regions with cheaper labor costs. Companies will use 5G as information and communications technology. 5G is the 5th generation mobile network. It is a new global wireless standard after 1G, 2G, 3G, and 4G networks. 5G enables a new kind of network that is designed to connect virtually everyone and everything together, including machines, objects, and devices. Semester, trimester, quarterly terms. Up to this early June, COVID-19 is not into its second wave, and we pray that there shall be no other, period. However, there can be no possible firm and uniform plans for formal schooling where technology accessibility is concerned. We are unsure on how future days will be defined as COVID-wise. Several tertiary and basic institutions have postponed graduation to the next school year. It may be a fully far-off future before we can comfortably define our enrollment size, whether to cut down or replace or shorten degree programs with certificates, planning of reviews, examinations, and graduations. Universities on a non-semester schedule might have to adjust to what the official schedule would be the next school year, which is if the national ministering bodies will set a strictly a school term format. Before the pandemic, state universities and colleges were to begin an August term. Adjusting could be easier for institutions on trimestral schedules. We have semesters, trimesters, and summer terms. But why not quarterly? I recall that in the middle 50s, higher education institutions were on a quarterly schedule. The maximum we students could take was 12 credit units or 4 lecture subjects. A quarterly term ends after 2.5 months. Laboratory subjects were adjusted accordingly. Would a quarterly term be considered a new normal? Learning in the new normal. Blended learning is not wholly new. Philippine universities such as the University of the Philippines have used blended learning. In the new normal, all schools will have blended or purely online courses. Training in using teaching and learning platforms will be available for both teacher and students. DepEd, CHED, and the other Technical Education and Skills Development Authority have issued and will continue to issue some notice. The said notice suggested to teaching and research academics to utilize this lockdown period for various academic activities, including first, online content development, online teaching and online evaluation. Second, prepare a lesson plan and develop instructional materials. Third, carry on research, write articles, and prepare innovative questions or question banks, and etc. Furthermore, that teachers and students effectively utilize the University Grants Commission array of e-learning platforms, which include massive open online courses. Teaching and learning platforms. Philippine-wise, we have available online education platforms. One is the DepEd Commission accessible on Globe or TM-powered smartphones, free of data charges, and which is also accessible to private school students. Because of the COVID-19 movement restrictions, the DepEd has been encouraging students to continue their learning online. We shall have more of these platforms and learn, too, from offshore institutions, their actions on the new normal education. That's all for school year terms and blended sessions. Thank you for listening, everyone, and have a good night.